I'm sure we can all agree that COVID-19 has caused a major shift in a lot of things around us, especially within the classroom. For those who are students like myself, one could see the major changes within the learning environment, notably the transition from traditional learning to online learning. My name is Naya Shepherd, and today I'll be discussing with you why traditional learning is better than online learning. Although online learning is very convenient, traditional learning is more beneficial to students because of the way it develops social skills, encourages motivation, and promotes active learning. I am a student myself, so I have experienced both traditional learning and online learning while also helping my younger brother who's in middle school with his transition from traditional to online, and it's been quite a ride. Traditional learning helps students develop social skills that they will benefit from in their life and in their career. The social skills that traditional learning helps students acquire are effective communication. When you're in a traditional classroom, you're able to have face to face communication and interactions with your professor or your instructor. So you're able to actively listen to what they're teaching and understand and get clarification on what you don't understand. Also, traditional learning helps with develop in the opportunity to network with peers and learn cooperation. And this is very important because in the future you never know who you met in the past who will help you out in the future. And cooperation is very key in a lot of companies because they're looking for people who are team oriented, who can come together with their associates on one accord and get the goal done that they need to be done. And a quote here from the article Developing Social Skills in the Classroom says, "You can encourage students to be assertive in expressing their needs and preferences to ensure the development of self-confidence and sense of identity." So within a traditional learning environment, you're able to build self-confidence by answering questions that your professor asks in front of the classroom confidently, and this builds your confidence and it helps you be more assertive in the future, and that's great for careers. Secondly, traditional learning encourages motivation. Online students aren't as motivated to actually learn the material. Instead, they're just trying to breeze through and get the credit, and that's not going to benefit you within your career because you're just getting the credit instead of learning the material to apply to the job. Also, the article Unpacking the Problem of Unmotivated Online Students states, students are unseen, unheard, and just looking for an easy way out. As I've said before, they're just trying to get through the material and not actually learning it. Also, this motivates students to apply themselves in the traditional classroom, and it holds you accountable because you know you have to understand and grasp that material because your teacher is there watching you and you have to hold yourself accountable to know these things, to apply to the discussions in class, and to apply to the tests. A report from Brookings, according to James, shows students who take online courses perform worse than traditional. Also, there are less distractions with traditional learning because you're in a classroom set for that one subject. So you're focusing on that one subject and you're getting that work done and completing the work. Whereas while you're in online learning, there's so many distractions going on around you that you begin to focus on those distractions and leave your work behind. So now you're not your attention is not completely on your work, but on the outside distractions. In the article, Why Traditional Learning is Better Than Online Courses, Seth reveals online does not require you to study or memorize material. So you're not really memorizing that material, as I said before, like in online, you're not holding yourself accountable. You just have the computer to rely on to give you the answers. And according to James, students enrolled online reported higher rates of texting, email. Of course, distractions again, as we were talking about within the online environment that are not as present within the traditional. Finally, traditional learning promotes active learning. With active learning, it helps you develop collaborative skills, which you need within the workplace to collaborate on projects and come together for ideas that will be great for the company. It also encourages risk taking. When you risk take, you're not fearful of putting out those outrageous ideas to make sure, and you're not fearful of failing to be successful. And you need that within your career because then you won't be complacent. And here from the of the article 9 benefits of active learning, it says it helps students become uncomfortable and less complacent. So that's very beneficial within the work environment, as I've said before, because they don't want you to be complacent and comfortable. They want you to get uncomfortable and put out those things that will actually make the company benefit. Also, the last thing that active learning does is it requires preparation. You have to be prepared for that class. You have to be able to put together those things that you need to know for the class and participate in discussions. But if you don't actually read the material, you won't be able to participate. Like that of active learning, you need to take an active approach toward your learning and education, which is the traditional way. In conclusion, online courses may seem convenient, but convenience does not match quality. And traditional learning gives quality. Remember, life is full of decisions, and even the smallest ones can have a great impact. So don't let comfortability now cause you to be troubled later. Choose traditional learning, you won't regret it. Thank you for your time.